I was a little bit hesitant at first with the audition because I really felt like I don't want to play another damsel in distress.
Yes, Vivien Lyra Blair, preach. None of us like to be damsels in distress, babe, right? We've got so much more from that young, incredible actress very soon who is starring in the Boogeyman, right? I'm Max, this is Flip Your Wig. How are you? I hope you guys are having a good start to your summer. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. There is so much great content coming your way. I try and get to premieres, events, junkies, talk to actors, directors, all the people that I think you're interested in. So if you subscribe and you turn your notifications on, you will not miss a video. And I know everyone's really busy, so there's always bite-sized content waiting for you in short form. Right, let me tell you about this film before we hear more from that gorgeous girl. Right, The Boogeyman is a movie loosely based on Stephan King's early short story. It's directed by Brit Rob Savage. If that name sounds familiar, during lockdown he put out a movie called Host, which completely did crazy things. Incredible film. So this was a huge opportunity for him to show that he can do it again. He's worked with an incredible team of writers and producers, including Sean Levy. The story is featured around a therapist, Will Harper, and his 2 daughters, who are mourning the death of his wife and their mother, when a mysterious patient arrives with a dark energy that will freak you out.
You're both having these manifestations. What is this supposed to be? It's the thing that comes for your kids when you're not paying attention.
As soon as I had Vivien Lyra Blair was attached to this film, I don't care about Stephan King, I don't care about Rob Savage, all these other people that everyone's heard of, including Sean Levy. I was like, Vivien Lyra Blair is in this? I love that little girl. She was awesome in Obi-Wan Kenobi, also great in Bird Box. And I also love the fact that she takes no crap.
I feel like I've done a lot of that role of the little girl that has to be saved, you know. And as much as like some of my other characters were strong-willed characters, they were always being saved. And I was like, I don't want to be that anymore. I want to be able to be either the bad guy or someone who actually, I feel like, has is courageous enough to hold the movie and hold up such important scenes.
It's not real. It's okay. It's okay.
When I really like fully read the script of The Boogeyman, I was like, Sawyer is this. She is not a damsel in distress. From the first few scenes, you see her as this scared little girl, but as you see her progress, she is a strong soul that is just trying to help her family, and nobody believes her. And it's just so terrifying to think that you're facing this kind of entity on your own because nobody believes you for it. And she is just an incredibly strong character, and I immediately was pulled to Sawyer. And she is just, I mean, a wonderful character that I really enjoyed playing.
This is a horror movie. It's scary. It's a psychological thriller. And Vivien's really young, so I'm just kind of wondering, like, what is her relationship like with horror movies? Is she a horror fan?
I don't watch a lot of horror movies. I did 3 as like my step into horror, which was The Witches, Roald Dahl's The Witches, the 2020 version. I also watched The Mummy, and I watched The Sixth Sense. So those were kind of my step into watching horror movies.
Sweetheart, let me handle it.
The character she plays in the movie has her having to look intense and scared a lot of the time. Now, we know she's an incredible, talented actress. Obi-Wan Kenobi, also Bird Box, as I mentioned before. But does she have any tricks, any ways of helping herself get into this kind of mindset?
I think scared is the emotion I struggle most with on camera. Like, I can get to sad pretty easily. Happy just comes naturally. Angry I can get to pretty easily. But scared is, I think, what I struggle most with getting to. And
you did it really well in this movie.
I struggled with this one, but I ended up learning this trick that I actually picked up on Obi-Wan. I did this thing with this woman. We don't call her an acting coach because that's not what she is. She doesn't run lines with me or anything. We like to call her an acting therapist. Taught me how to do this thing with colors to put on like the character and not feel what you're actually feeling, you know, what the character's feeling.
Sometimes the best thing to do is to face it. So this light is going to be completely solid like it is right now. Then gradually, it's going to start flashing until it's totally dark. So you can see that there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay?
I mean, she kept a journal and she even created a playlist. Plus, she had a little bit of a Easter egg moment with director Rob that only she and Rob shared.
I showed it to Rob, and what actually happened was in this journal that I wrote as like extra, I had these red headphones that I had gotten. And if you see in our hallway scene, the red headphones are sitting there on a desk, and he had actually shown it to set deck, and nobody knows it but me, because like me and him know like this little Easter egg that was
amazing.
Actually in my journal. And then just recently I actually redid it as I added an extra paragraph, which was like an entry from a year later. And like I added some things in my current life, like Sawyer gets a cat and Sawyer gets a bearded dragon, and the cat sits on the side closer to the closet of her bed. You know, they moved into a new house and like all of that kind of thing. And it's kind of like a little epilogue that I wrote, and I sent it to Rob, and it's like in a different font and everything, like less loopy lettering, and she even calls back to it and is like, the loopy lettering was so stupid, no wonder I couldn't write as much.
The Boogeyman is out this weekend in UK cinemas. Go see it just for Vivien Lyra Blair and everybody else as well. I just love her. Let me know what you think about her. Are you a fan like me? Are you excited about the Boogeyman, or do you think, I'm kind of over these type of films? Because sometimes horrors can be fantastic, but a lot of times people think that they're just kind of repeating things that we've already seen. I think Rob Savage is a very exciting director, but I also love the cast and the crew behind it. Intrigued to hear what you think, so leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Have a great day.